Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn of JessicaLynnOriginal.com, and today we are going to create another graduation card using the Brothers ScanNCut. Now this one I want to do it a little different. I wanted something very industrial feeling and kind of heavy, so I'm really excited because the idea I have is to have the 2019 be on a raised surface and then have a really fun, dark, and maybe glittery paper in the background to kind of show like a celebration. But I don't want it to be like a big party, rainbow colors, whatever. I want it to be a little more industrial feeling. So I'm really excited. I cannot wait to show you how this card turns out. It's actually really good. So I'm going to first start by scanning the 2019 into my Brothers ScanNCut. And all I did was I went in and created a Word document, printed it off on my printer, and now I'm scanning it in. And the thing that I love is if the Brothers ScanNCut, I can scan in the pattern, I can adjust the size, and you can see right now I'm actually going in and telling it how I want it cut. So I just wanted to cut out the outline. Once I have it all ready to go, I'm going to scan the paper because I want to make sure, and you can see it actually shows the image, so I wanted to adjust the paper slightly so that it would cut in almost the center of the piece of paper. It's one of the things that I really like about the Brothers ScanNCut. Again, I don't own the company, I just love my scanner, so I think it was a great investment and way worth the money. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let it cut it out, and this is one of the most satisfying parts, is after all the design and actually seeing it cut out what I love in the paper that I wanted it to cut out in. It's really exciting, kind of very satisfying too. So once I have it all set, I'm going to go ahead and just unload my board, and let me just move this out of the way really quick. Alright. So here's what I've got. So the weird part is you can see the middle of the O and the 9. I kept all those little pieces because what I plan on doing is actually putting them on the foam risers so that the whole thing ends up three-dimensional. So I'm so excited about how this is going to turn out. Alright, let's go ahead and pick some paper. I really like this paper pack. It's called Blush, and I got it at the Hobby Lobby, and it was on clearance. So be sure to watch the Hobby Lobby. They do a lot of clearance of their paper stacks. And I chose this black background with a rose-colored polka dot pattern, which I thought it had a very industrial feel to it, and my vision is that it's going to be this stark white with a contrast of the dark background with the And I wanted to make sure that it was just a hair smaller, very similar to what I did if you saw the graduation card that I made with the sequence paper. Very similar kind of process. Although this one I'm not going to round the corners, and there's a couple of things that are just a little different. But let's go ahead and I'm going to glue now the background paper, and I'm going to make it solid because I don't want any of the white to show. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Let's just line up the corners here. And I am in love with this paper. I love how sparkly it is. It's really subtle under certain lights, and under other lights it's just, I don't know, it's beautiful. Now the goal I have is that I'll have a good amount of the polka dots showing all the way around. So right now I'm just sort of trimming the card down and making sure that I see enough of the polka dots, because I do want to make sure that I can see one full row of them, and I think that looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have had these button brads for a long time. They're probably a good 12 years old, I kid you not. Again, they were a Hobby Lobby pickup. I thought that I'd use them more, and I don't, but there is the same color of that rose gold in one of the little button brads. So I have my little punch, and again, if you look, this one's a smaller punch, so it makes the perfect little size for a brad. And it's funny because rose gold was not really a thing for a long time, and then Disney did it, and then other people did it, and then everywhere there was rose gold. So it's kind of funny to have had these brads for so long in a rose gold color and now actually have a reason to use them. So you can see I went into the corner. I went in about, what, about 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe a little bit further in. But I tried to keep it as consistent as possible. And then what I'm going to do is put one of these rose gold button brads in each one of the 4 corners. I think it's going to give it just something that kind of cements it down. It's a similar pattern, obviously, to the polka dot, but what's really cool is if you look at it in detail, there's actually 2 little buttonholes in the middle of each button brad. So I think it's really cute. I love it. There you go, you can see them. Now, once I had everything ready to go, I knew that I was going to pull out my favorite tool of all, the foam riser. And honestly, I should probably own a foam riser company. I love the circle versions, the tape version, the little squares. I love that it makes just this beautiful natural shadow in your cards. And so my goal is that the 2019 will have a rise with a nice shadow all the way around it. So I am anticipating that it should give a pretty deep shadow because I used the thicker foam risers. The only thing you want to be careful of is just make sure you use enough of them. There have been times when I have not used enough of them and then the card sinks. The other thing to remember is if you're going to mail a card with a lot of foam risers, you would probably be better off putting it in an envelope. I know it'll cost more money for shipping, but I would not just put it in like a tiny little regular envelope. I mean, I'm talking like a bubble envelope, because that's the only way to make sure that it's going to be safe. So now let me go ahead and just line this up. Oh my gosh, I love it even more than I pictured in my head. Oh, that's cute. That is really cute. I cannot wait to see what my grad student thinks of this. I hope that she loves it. And let me just go ahead and grab the little inner pieces of the 0 and of the 9, and what I'm going to do is take a foam riser, cut it in half, and then cut the half in half, and then put both of those pieces down because I want the full card to have that three-dimensional look. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I'm so excited. I told you, after making that card a couple of videos ago where I could only use limited tools, it is so exciting to be using my tools again that I love, like my brother's ScanNCut and my, the little punch that I had bought, and even these brads were not part of my original purchases, so I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a really straightforward industrial card for someone who maybe, it could go for a guy or a girl. I think it's kind of gender neutral. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you here. Our next goal is to see if we can hit 500. I cannot believe we're almost there. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jessica Lynn. I am the owner of Jessica Lynn Original. All of our stamps are made in the United States. Be sure to check us out.